I gotta get out of here. I think I'm gonna lose it.
Uh-oh. Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
You get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
Right.
Don't go
You
there.
are an uptight, cellulite, dinosaur, fossil-faced, white, honky, cracker witch.
You listen to me, you little swayback third world. She went there.
Was that a fart?
I don't know.
I can taste it on my tongue.
Trying to find, taking a stand for the untamed mind. Off the hip, we fire, fire. Talking truth till wires tires. Games and wars, we won't conspire. Off the hip, we light the pyre.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing. What
Dude,
the
that's
hell?
so good.
Thank you.
Thick Nerd Slap. He surprises every single guest. Somehow makes a new intro every single week. I don't know how he has time.
I fit it in somewhere.
Amazing.
But yeah, welcome to episode 39. We got some little bit of breaking news actually. But before we get started, Hayden, you're in second seat tonight. We got rid of the Norman Conquest.
Yeah, we booted the foreigner out for tonight's episode. So maybe he'll show up and start beating on the doors, but we'll see. We'll see.
And Nerd Slap.
Doing good, man. Just as always, making intros for the show, working on some other projects, and as always, just having a good time. Ready for tonight's episode.
Awesome. Mo, thank you for the shout out. Looks like a couple people found their way over here.
Awesome. Yeah. We actually could do outros this week, so that was fun. So I sent them over here. This is I love doing the late and gay. I love doing drunk 3PO stream, but this one is just a bunch of guys hanging out, making stupid jokes and laughing the entire time. This is a hangout. So I look forward to this one more than anything, but so I just finished doing the Monday hangover with Jay on Drunk 3PO. It's the second week we've done it on his channel, and we reviewed the movie Clue, and that was really fun. So
is that the newest movie?
No.
I don't know if there's any other.
No, 84, I believe.
85.
Yep.
Okay.
85. Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah. Cool.
With Tim Curry, yeah.
Awesome. Oh yeah, amazing. Yeah. So, but yeah, we're just trying to do the more positive side of things and not talk about all the news so much. Just kind of reminisce on what was and what could be. So, but it's great to be here and look forward to talking with Hold My DualShock. They have a really cool channel. I watched some videos. So,
thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah. Duallies. Thanks for coming on for the first time. Thought I'd snatch you guys up. Here you are.
I know. And then you downgraded from Nerd Wars and decided to go with us. Feels so special.
Yeah, this economy's tough, man. You can tell, like, when you're swapping out Nerd Wars for us, man. Like, everybody's getting hit.
No, Nerd Wars. You guys are an upgrade, so.
But no, we're happy to be here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still shocked by that intro. Like, Nerd Slap. That was
amazing.
Like top tier.
Thank you.
Like, that shit was amazing.
It was fun to make. They're always fun to make.
It's always funny looking at the the little profiles down because I can see everybody's face and everybody cracking up. It's awesome. Malty, how's it going?
It's good. The GCA is canceled. You know why? Because I wait for facts and evidence before I make a supposition on what's going on.
You're not allowed to do that, Malty. This is the internet. Where's your immediate opinion?
Yeah, I demand that you take a side.
Maybe I should victim shame because that's kind of where I'm leaning towards, but it's just more fun that way.
Everybody's guilty of something.
Yeah.
You ain't wrong.
Speaking of being guilty, Nagernal, how many extra holes do you have in the wall?
Oh, well. Can't disclose that information.
Well, I brought experts on the panel. You realize that their logo is an actual controller sticking out of the wall.
Yeah, does it look like this controller right here? Smash all of these bits and pieces.
Oh my, yeah.
The name of their channel. Yeah, the name of their channel, and the last thing they would ask Nagernal to do: hold my DualShock.
Yeah,
not the last thing their DualShock ever did.
All right, we're gonna get it kicked off with my cursed bookmarks. If I can find the right tab, there we are. This one made me laugh a little bit.
Men always seem like they're broke until you walk into their homes and you figure out what they spent all of their money on. For example,
here I have my Maxim Defense with a custom paint job and an aim point. Here I have a rifle with an LMT lower, a Geisley upper, a Deotech optic, Steiner laser designator, a Surefire light, and a Surefire can. And here's where I keep both my shotguns. And over here I have my Uzi, I have my Takedown 22, I have my MP5, my personal favorite. Here's where I keep all my suppressors. And over here I have all my pistols. And then next to them, I have my magazines with my grip force attachments. Back over here, I have my concealed carry. And we're not going to tell the ATF about this naughty little hamster. Actually, no, just cut that out.
I love it. It's got an actual inventory system.
He sleeps on an air mattress on the floor, by the way.
Based. Yes.
Acceptable.
All right, and then this one, I don't know if I can play the audio with it, so I'm not going to, but this dude is straight insane. He put together, there we go. He put together one of those 737 flight sim, what do you call it? Machine, I guess, in his kitchen.
Yeah, the training.
Why in the kitchen?
Because of the diversity and inclusivity. That's where female pilots are groomed.
Oh my God.
I applaud it. That's awesome.
So he says at one point, I'll play the audio for that.
That is nuts.
He
Assembly is finally done after 4 months of work. Let's do a test flight out of Renton to see how it works.
So he spent 4 months putting it together in his kitchen. This reminds me of that British guy that put together a classic car. I think it was a Lotus 7 in his kitchen. And once it was finished, he had to knock the wall down to get it out.
Why the kitchen? That seems like the most impractical place.
These people do not cook.
Because DoorDash, come on.
British people do not know how to cook. That is a fact. All they know how
not
to
even,
do is...
Not even British chefs know how to cook.
Yeah, beans on toast is not a meal.
Yes, you're right. And you can differentiate, but golly, my mouth is already tongue-tied. The differentiation between Vegemite and Marmite is negligible at best. So British and Australian, there's a reason why they ship some of them off and some of them get shipped back.
Oh yeah, Chronically Mayhem, Sophie, our other cooking expert.
Oh, make me a sandwich. Actually, don't.
Yeah.
My trash can is hungry, Sophie. I'm sorry.
And then, all right, there's this other one. This is just stupid. This is the way my brain works. I don't know. These are the things that I bookmark. I'm gonna turn the volume down a little bit.
Crab, please. Crab, scare, crab, frighten, crab, and scare, and food, frighten, please. Food is crab, please. Scare, crab.
I'm sorry. I just love when they get scared and it just changes from crab to frightened.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like Pokemon.
And now, if they could just do that in Patrick Starr's voice, that would be perfect. and frightened.
Let's see here. Oh, we need to get to some super chats. Let's see here. Cajun Corey with a member. Thanks, dude. Really appreciate that.
Thanks, Corey.
Shout out.
Corey is always here to drop one. It's awesome. And the Duallies. Thank you.
Thank
for
you
the 5 gifted memberships. All right, let's see here. We got some new clips here. Let's give them this one.
Be a man. Do this now. Please do.
Pop one off. There you go. Pop it off. Don't think, just go. Here we go. Do it. Yes.
You did it! Shots fired!
Hey, Terry, I did my first test pop. It's a real thing, right?
I love that.
It's a good one.
Let's see here. And we have GraphWeb. Are we doing it?
I'm down.
We have to.
It's your channel, dude.
All right. For fuck's sake, cancel Disney Plus. We need to work on the.
Yeah, we need to do a test.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, we got the baritone down. You guys are just falling behind. All right.
Jake Martin. Oh, I missed it. Let's see here. What
It's
was it?
I think it was a thumbs up.
It's a finger pointing up.
No, it's
like
a finger
this.
pointing up.
Oh,
I said.
Nice. Thank you, Jake. Appreciate that. And we have McCock, aka Alec Baldwin Dildo.
Wow,
Come on. When did you make that account, McCock? I fill you up real good.
That's art.
Yeah.
Bro, we met him in San Antonio. Like, dude is exactly the same way in real life as he is, like with the super chats and just in chat in general.
I mean, he doesn't identify as a Baldwin Dildo, though.
You don't know, man.
You sure about that?
You sure about that?
He doesn't look that overworked.
Like, when he's using the AKA, it means he's transitioning, so we need to respect that.
And then we have Coreboy, another dude that we've met. He gave a thumbs up. How many meetups have we met him at? Was it 2 or 3?
I've met him at 2.
I think it's 2. Yeah. And I think we're going to see him in Orlando also. That'll be awesome.
Hope so.
Hell yeah.
All right. The first story tonight, and this is all rumor. There's not like an actual article or anything on it. This just happened in like the last hour. And TikTok is being forced to sell or stop working within the United States by January. I think it's the inauguration date, right? January 20th. And now they're talking about possibly selling to Elon Musk and that they've been actually in talks. What do you guys think about this?
I don't believe it. I don't know why Elon would buy TikTok whenever he's positioning his X platform with shorts and video and all of this other stuff. He's trying to merge everything. He's trying to create another payment processor like he did with PayPal back in the day because he wants X to be the everything app. I don't know why he'd buy another social media app whenever it's really just competition that's falling out of the market.
Yeah, except that's kind of what they do. Like Facebook bought Instagram. It's like you gobble it up to get their user base. And I mean, there's a distinctly different user base for TikTok than there is for Twitter. But I hear what you're saying. Like, I wonder how much of that's just pressure. It's like somebody has to buy it if it's going to be a forced sale, and like who other than Elon could afford it.
Yeah, there's that, and there's also the fact that he could just turn on Vines again because that was a thing. Who knows if it's any sort of shape to actually work? But I don't know. He did overpay Twitter just to acquire the users, so
That's true.
All fake money, though.
Let's also look at the verbiage of what this says. Are considering selling TikTok,
right?
So that's not necessarily. There's other articles that I've seen, and obviously I don't have them pulled up, where there's going to be like mass stipulations against TikTok when Trump gets back in office.
They might postpone it.
I mean, they might, but Trump seems to be pretty set on getting it out because it is a CCP owned company. And it's unlikely that the CCP would relinquish control of that just to, for what? Just to make some profit on a sell?
But if they're not able to operate here, what value is it to them? Because it does lead into a lot of social conditioning, social terraforming, especially with like young people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, just look at what they do in China on their version of TikTok and what they do here. They teach engineering and other kind of worthy pursuits, and here it's I don't know how many countries exist or how many months are in the year, and people
Two less when Trump takes office. Am I right? When we get Greenland and no, I'm joking.
Yeah, or just sitting in their car screaming and bleeding mascara. Like Atreyu has not been a relevant band for a long time. I don't know why we need that. That's an old deep cut.
Yeah,
it is.
But you knew what it was.
Really quick, Drew, thank you for the $4.99. Looking forward to Orlando 1-year anniversary at MegaCon and G&G meetup. Nice.
Hell
it was
yeah.
good hanging out with you at AmFest. What was it, like 3-4 weeks ago now?
Oh, you got to see him there too? Nice. Hey, and glad you're back on your feet, man. Like, it's fucking inspiring.
Yeah, he didn't even bring his chair to Arizona. He was able to walk around the entire time, so he's looking a lot better.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's the very first person I ever met in real life in the fellowship. We got out of the Uber. His was ahead of mine. We got out of it like ZZ Top. Well, he had wheels, so it wasn't quite as cool. But I got to meet him, and he's like he let me cut ahead in line. He's like, just pretend like you're my handler. We'll get ahead of everybody. So that's how cool he is. He doesn't bother him. He's just the nicest guy. And
that's awesome.
Some would say that he has no reason to be, but if you get a chance to meet him, it'll literally change your life because he's so positive. He's such a good guy.
And all right, the next story. This one it just came across my feed. So, Lords of the Fallen, the CEO, pinned this to his Twitter. In a medieval fantasy action RPG experience, what do you prefer to choose between? We will follow the final results. Do you want body type A, body type B, male and female, or none of the above? And look at the results. And look how many votes there are.
Wow.
Reality inevitably comes knocking. And that's what we're seeing here. This is just reality of what the world actually is, what the world actually sees, and what the world actually wants. I'd love to see it.
Even a world of complete make-believe, boundless imagination, they're like, that's too far. That makes no sense.
Yep.
So there's a question that I have about that. I haven't kept up with this guy. I know about Lords of the Fallen, but I haven't played it myself. Is this just something where almost like a coming to Jesus moment where he's seen, the state of things, and so now he's trying to put it out to his followers, or has he always been like this?
I actually don't know. Does anybody have the answer to that?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like with that name, he's it comes across to me like a Timur Bekmambetov who made like Wanted and Abe Lincoln Vampire Hunter and like and Crank and those kind of movies. So I would assume that that he's extremely based and he's just trying to prove a point. But I also don't know the guy.
Yeah, see, this is the problem. People will say this. Who cares? Well,
yeah,
because the people the people that don't want to say anything in the middle make it to where every game says body type A and B now. It's ridiculous.
But it's still binary. Like
It is.
It's still a binary system.
Just give it a name, right? Like I don't know,
Right.
male and female was a good one that we chose a long time ago.
Yes.
Yeah, God chose those.
Yeah. I have it on good authority. Yeah.
And let's see here. Another good game coming out. This was it's actually dropped only a few hours ago. I don't know how much of the trailer you want to watch, but it looks pretty cool. They're trying to compete, at least I think they're trying to compete with The Witcher. You guys seen this Dawnbreaker?
Mm-mm.
I have
Or,
not.
sorry, Dawnwalker, not Dawnbreaker. Dawnwalker.
A little bit less cool than Breaker.
Agreed.
Well, it's about vampire.
Well, that would explain why you'd say they might be competing with Witcher 3 if it's a former director.
Must be here somewhere.
It feels very reminiscent of the first Witcher 3 trailer.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's all right. Lunka! Don't hurt her!
You gave us quite the chase, young.
Please, sir. She's just a child!
Ah, Roderick, remind me. Did I make an exception for children?
No, sire.
No. That would have been foolish, would it not? They spread the plague just as well as adults. And there's only one way to stamp out this sickness.
No!
Not just a runner, but a fighter, too. Had we met under a different moon, things might have ended there.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow.
Well, damn.
Lunka! My sister. She needs help. Fast. Please, let us pass through. I beg of you. Please. Please.
Kind of Night King-esque.
I don't know. How?
I am life. I am death. I am everything in between. I have been watching your little valley. Pestilence, famine, killing, blood spilt carelessly like water.
And then we get a little bit of gameplay here.
You have my attention.
Very short amount of gameplay.
See, now the gameplay part of it took me out of it. I was like almost getting invested.
Well, I think that the story is going to be very narrative driven, so you're going to have all kinds of cutscenes, and then you play in between, similar to how Witcher is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's almost like. Sorry, go ahead.
If you look at just to make sure we gauge it properly, in the bottom right hand corner it says alpha in-game footage. That means it's a very early build of the game. So on that, I think it's looking pretty good. But yeah, compared to the awesome cutscene, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, it looked extremely clunky. But I would also, I would go to venture that if the actual gameplay footage is that rudimentary, don't show it at all yet.
Well, it was in-engine footage. It may not have even been actual gameplay. It was just in-engine. So they were giving us a taste of it is something similar to The Witcher. Remember, the first trailer we got for that was a very similar kind of showing you a story and then just a quick little bit of in-engine combat, and that's really all we got with it. So if this is from the director of The Witcher and he holds himself to the standard of what they produced with The Witcher 3, I think that we might be looking at something good coming down the pipeline later on.
I'm definitely interested. Just off that trailer, I'm definitely interested in that.
You almost need to give a little taste of some like in-game footage, just because otherwise we've been duped too many times where there's no commitment and direction of what gameplay is going to be like. And so even if it's rudimentary, it's like, okay, I can see what they're doing. It kind of looks a little bit like a mixture of like series fighting and then like Second Son. But I mean, I'd assume it's going to get better.
Yeah, I would assume so too. And I don't know if we can, be that harsh on the less than 10 seconds of gameplay that we did see, because it was what, him sliding down a building. And then him jumping backwards from a giant spider thing. So I don't know if we can say that it was clunky. I know you can. I know you can't, Multi. That's what we love about you.
But I'm also an asshole.
Yeah, I didn't mean to share the entire thing, but it actually, the theatrical trailer kind of sucks you in. It's crazy fun to watch. So
it was compelling. I felt myself sucked into it. I've been wanting to be sucked into a movie or something that would come out at some point, and I'm not getting that kind of entertainment anymore. That was actually really entertaining and enthralling. It had my rapt attention.
Exactly.
I think they were trying to suck you in with those vampires, Hayden.
Hey, vampires are a superior life form. So
it was pretty cool that they have obviously a collection of vampires from all over the world. That's pretty interesting.
That was dope.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. Let's see here. Our next story. Well, actually, before I share my screen, how many people grew up with G4 in their house?
Every day. That was my number one TV channel to watch, was G4.
Yeah, same here. So I wanted G4 for the longest time. I remember watching Attack of the Show for the first time when I went on vacation or something like that, and I was like, Mom, Dad, we have to get this channel G4. And they were like, well, it's tied into a sports package, because all we had was DirecTV. We were out in the middle of nowhere, so we couldn't get anything good. And I actually worked around the house and stuff to make some money so I could give it to my parents so that they could get a sports package so that we could watch G4. I don't even like sports. And I watched Attack of the Show 5 days a week. And then when it went away, that's the reason why I sought out something new. And that's how I found Geeks and Gamers, basically, is they kind of are similar to that in a way. So I that's how I knew who Chris Gore was, and Adam Sessler, and all these people. And it sucks living long enough to see your heroes kind of fall apart. But it's also funny to see the infighting that's happening between Adam Sessler and Alyssa Mercante. I'm trying not to say it the other way, but
I'm going to say it for you.
Long A sound, yeah.
But former X-Play host Adam Sessler unloads on controversial ex-Kotaku editor Alyssa Mercante on social media in epic takedown before going back to attacking gamers again. So people are trying to say that he's based or whatever for going after her. And that's not actually what's happening. What's happening is, let's see here. Sorry for the scrolling. So the drama unfolded on Blue Sky, where Sessler joined a discussion about the decline of gaming in journalism. It all started with a post from Bloodborne enthusiast named Rick, who lamented the fall of Kotaku. Love that face. And so let's see here. Actually, let me take this down real quick and pull up the tweets. Or not tweets. What do they call them on Blue Sky?
No idea.
Oh,
I think it's hilarious. That
no, it's something funny. What was it?
Flight 93s.
No, we talked about this.
Yeah. I'll allow it.
Skeets. That's it. Skeets. Thank you, Valley.
What?
Are you
They call it
serious?
Skeets, yeah.
That's
Which
even
is a word
worse.
for something else. So
It's perfect for the platform. If you see the type of people it attracts, it's actually perfect.
Yep. So Adam Sessler is okay. So do you have the rights for the cesspool? And so he's basically arguing with this whiskey person. No. And as I said a couple nights ago, hell no. Games and their insipid players and personalities told me to fuck off, and I did. It's so funny. It's a stupid medium filled with annoying fucks convinced that they're genius, and I miss it, and I miss dysentery. Oh, sorry. I miss it like I miss dysentery. I don't know why you got to be dysentery. He didn't do anything.
Wait, so he survived dysentery? Or did he just
No.
play the Oregon Trail one time
No.
when he used to play video games?
I think it's just a analogy, but
I know. I'm just fucking
I know.
around with him.
But if you're gonna call people stupid, don't misspell words. Dysentery.
Right.
Or however, yeah.
And the follow-up to the whole thing, 95% of gaming fans, gaming press and devs are miserable narcissists, grifters, and intellectual midgets, regardless of their political affiliation. So he is by no means on our side in any way. What was going on is he was lashing out at Alyssa Mercante because she was outed by Smash JT for basically simping on Hassan through Twitter. I don't know if you guys remember this story. And that's actually the real reason why Alyssa is upset with Smash, is because, not because of the whole prostitute thing, it's because he pointed that out. Because it's actually super embarrassing, because Hassan put out these tweets. And it's like, I'm in New York right now. And Alyssa would reply to it and say, oh, how come we're not hanging out right now? And no one replies to it. And there's no likes on the tweet whatsoever. And there's
I'm
there's
leaving New
dozens
York
of
right
those.
now.
Yeah. So, yeah. What do you guys think about Adam Sessler?
I'll let y'all, the gamers or the more hardcore gamers, talk a little bit more. But as far as this trend goes, what's happening now, it seems almost synonymous with the same thing that's happening with Mark Zuckerberg, where so they make one little comment that seems to be like they're changing their position, and everyone's just like, oh, this is their turn to the right. Oh, he's back on the good side again. It's like, well, no, everything else that he's doing is merely a byproduct of what is going on in the culture. And you taking one little thing, but completely being negligent to all the other shit that's still going on and the true actual meaning of why they're doing it.
Yeah. Well, and I would say, whenever you look at it, you really have to think, okay, who is Adam Sessler as the person that we've seen him unveil himself to be ever since, you know, he started getting on Twitter and the collapse of G4. And Adam Sessler is a massive piece of human trash. He hates everyone. He's a bitter asshole. He knows it. He doesn't care. And he's on nobody's side. This is just a thing where Alyssa getting called out for being a simp is something that, you know, that formerly Adam would have seen himself on a similar side as Alyssa. And we all know he's not on anybody's side. And immediately they start turning on themselves and going after each other. And that's all this is. It's nothing.
Yeah.
He just seems generally unhinged.
Mhm.
And then all he did though was say, like, pile on to say like he enjoyed seeing the downfall of Kotaku and Alyssa Mercante, and then continue to be unhinged towards everyone else as well.
Well, that's their only pattern of behavior is to attack. So they attack one another, they attack everybody. Like it's whoever you can find a reason to lash out at. And but I like your point. It's like one little thing doesn't make you base. Like it's like we're almost too willing or quick to like, I mean, look at like J.K. Rowling. 99% of what she believes is absolutely in line with like this ridiculous performative thing that that Hollywood does. But because she feels a certain way about one group, it's like, oh, you know, she like gets this huge pass on all of her other weird ideas. And it's the same with like gaming. I think like one side of this whole weird thing in the culture is like people wanting to be accepting, like and have diverse opinions. And then their side is like, you can have one opinion. Mm-hmm. And when we see one of them get cast out, it's like, hey, you want to come over here? It's like, bro, that doesn't mean they're aligned with you. Just because they're fighting, it's not like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. It's like, no, they're just
they always
also
fight.
you know, gonna turn on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basic neo-Marxism. Like you're not allowed to have a thought outside of what is accepted. Like J.K. Rowling has never been on our side. She just stuck with one biological fact, and they excoriated her from their numbers. That doesn't mean we took her in or that she's with us. It means that she's been outcast by them as well, and that's all it is.
Yep.
So
you know what it's like? It's like when you remember, if anybody remembers playing Doom back in the day, sometimes you could get the enemies to fight against themselves. That's what it feels like. It feels like a pink demon versus an imp. That's what it feels like. It feels like Alyssa Mercante. Like we got the Adam Sessler character and the Alyssa Mercante character to fight against each other, and we don't have to waste any ammo. So
there's a difference between being based and being rejected. You know?
Yeah. But Vera Dark, friend of G&G and just overall great channel. Go and sub over to her if you guys haven't. But she says Sessler going after Mercante is so fucking funny. They're both lunatics. The left eating the left is a glorious thing to watch happen. So this person starts talking about how Alyssa Mercante is pro-Palestine. And Adam Sessler, who is Jewish, says, doing some digging myself, and good God, how long did they let her fly her National Socialist colors? That is rich.
Yeah, it is rich coming from fucking Sessler.
Fuck the gaming press 5 times more than they already should have been fucked. That's an interesting one. Actually, kind of funny. But Adam Sessler is a very unhinged person. In fact, I have a friend on a different Discord. He goes by the name Tardbark, and he calls himself a professional fact checker. He's a troll, right? Professional troll. Everything I learned from trolling, I learned from him. And I remember it was like 2020 or 2021 when Sessler was going nuts on Twitter. And he was fighting with him, and he was going back and forth directly with him for like 72 hours. And he's so
long.
Yeah, he's smart about how he does things too, because what he does is he fights with, facts, but, in a very abrasive way, and usually gets the other person to say something outside the guidelines of Twitter, and then reports them, and then he says that he won. So, and he did that, and he got blocked by Adam Sessler and claimed victory. So
That's cool.
Amazing.
But he goes on these tirades like a couple times a year, and I guess he doesn't do it on Twitter anymore. He does it on Blue Sky.
It's probably way more entertaining over there.
Yeah, fish in a barrel.
Well, there's no opposition over there, so he's just in an echo chamber, just making generalizations of no one pushing back.
Yeah.
So
and that's ultimately what they always wanted, because remember, they started saying that we were fascists taking over the platform of Twitter just because we were finally able to speak our opinions and not get banned.
I love that the side that champions like corporate control through government intervention calls people fascists. That's just
it's ironic, isn't it?
Like, bravo. Yeah.
It's almost like they don't know what fascism is.
Are you saying they're uninformed? I don't know. Like,
I don't know. I don't know. It's like they're all informing each other, and no other thought can penetrate their little bubble.
Are you fact shaming their intelligence, man?
Yes.
Good on you.
Like I am.
More people should.
100%.
I was showing this to you guys later. Do you guys have anything else to add on the Sessler thing?
He's a psychopath.
All I gotta say is, why would you troll him when you could just say he smells like piss and they don't respond and block you? Which is what I did.
That was okay. That was one of the things that he was saying, is that he became extremely political and was even talking shit about his own family being Republicans and how he was going to get them to drink piss. Like, that was his favorite thing to say, was how he's going to get people to drink piss. It was the weirdest thing.
Very odd.
Yeah.
Well,
explains a lot about him.
Maybe it's sterile and he likes the taste. He wants his family to be in there too. Yeah. I know Ryan talked a lot about like the I don't know how political you want to get, but like the Jewish versus Palestinian thing, and that's why he's going off so hard. Maybe not why, but like maybe one of the contributing factors.
Yeah.
I don't have much to say about it because it is pretty well documented, but that's not a supposition that I would make, except just to dogpile onto all the other plethora of evidence of how he's just unhinged and going crazy on his own thoughts.
Well, all it takes for Sessler to lose his fucking mind is one thing happens, and then he just spurgs out for like 2-3 weeks. It's happened multiple times.
What if I call him a ginger right now while we're on stream?
Well, he'll get replaced by Disney.
Sounds like it would be a compliment to me, but whatever you think.
Okay, well, I'll tag you in it.
Okay.
You guys ever think that that people that used to listen to like, bro, I thought we were talking about video games. We talking about Israel and Palestine and bro. Like,
but
when was the last time you played a video game?
Sessler has showed that he never liked video games. He liked being a famous person with a TV show. He wasn't ever really a gamer. He wasn't ever a real journalist talking about gaming. He was an industry plant and a shill, and that's all he ever has been.
Yeah. Dude, these 95%. They're leeching off of anything that has momentum. That's why they're so quick when it's not going their way to just cast off the entire community. Be like, it's always been trash. It's always been stupid.
Yeah.
You want to know where the other 5% is that he's talking about that he likes? It's these people.
Yeah.
He hates gamers. It's wild because I used to look forward to watching him and Morgan Webb rate a video game.
Speaking of which, I met her in 2019. She actually seemed like a very sweet person to me whenever I met her, and an actual gamer. She was hanging out with Jesse Cox from used to be the Co-optional podcast, and he was on with Total Biscuit all the time.
Okay.
And they were hanging out with somebody else. I can't remember who, but I stopped and talked to them. We're in line to go to a bar in San Diego and had a quick little, kind of chit chat with them. And Morgan Webb seemed like an actual sweet person. Now, don't get me wrong. I think she's probably still a deranged leftist, just not as deranged as Sessler. So,
I mean, I don't know. We'll never know, and that's okay. But she didn't try to rebuild G4 with those other lefties.
Right.
So,
Mhm.
and that's where we got Frosk.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
can still be middle of the road. They don't have to be, specifically on one side or the other. It should be like, that shit's crazy. Also, the other side is crazy. Can't we all just be like,
then
try
they
to
get
be
attacked by-
agreeable and like what we like? You can like what you like and not
Thank
be just vitriolic about everything.
That's an
And that-
unacceptable opinion, though, because then you get cast out because you have to believe all of it at all times. Whenever there's the newest DLC of crazy, you gotta upload it.
Well, check out my boy behind me and what he's packing.
I like the other one better with the little kitty, but that's just me. Little inside, but I love that one. No, it's exactly what it is. It's not that's why Joe Rogan is so popular. I bring this up all the time. It's not because he believes what we is. It's not because that we believe what he believes, because he's mostly to the left of center. But he's willing to have a conversation. That's all we ever wanted. That's how it was in the 90s, early 2000s. We just want to. We don't make me less than human. I want to have discussions. I want to have debates. I want to have hearty debates. I want to talk about it. But at the end of the day, if we're gonna jump on, like Fortnite, or if we're gonna play if we're gonna go play something else and just have a good time. I'm friends with a lot of people I don't agree with politically, but you know what? We can look past that and understand that there's like 90% more stuff that brings us together. Some of my best friends don't agree with me politically, but we would take a bullet for each other. So that's where we need to be. Like, just denigrating people and making them subhuman is just Adam Sessler, Alyssa Mercante, get out of here.
Bobby just wants to be right.
Hey, at least he put his shirt on at the
Free speech is misinformation. I mean, if you were to listen to the mainstream media, that's correct.
Yeah, because how do we make sure it all syncs up? If people are just saying whatever, like they think, like that's crazy, that's dangerous.
Yep.
By the way, that 9% of like wanting body type A, body type B, never bought a game in their life. Because like, how could they? Like, how could you, up until 5 years ago, have always been just playing games, male or female, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, this is why I wasn't playing the games. Like, who told them? Like,
I actually argued. So in this other Discord that I'm in, these are friends that I've been playing games with since like 2016 or 2017 ish. And, we didn't come together from politics or anything like that. We're just a mixed bag. And, even the Trump supporters that are in the channel now, like this was about 6 or 7 months ago. I had this argument of body type A and B with them. And they were like pissed off at me for even bringing it up. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, why are you fighting against this? Why do you want this to happen? They legitimately believe that if you give the left that's noisy about this what they want by giving them A and B, then they'll stop pulling on the game in other directions.
That's not how Marxists work. Marxists always take over one piece at a time.
Yeah,
they're like ideology. Yeah, like
they said they wouldn't have anything to argue about, and I was like, no, slippery slope.
Right. So what do you
Yes.
mean?
No.
They always find something to argue about.
What it is they walk halfway towards you until you keep walking backwards. I'm going to walk halfway towards you, until they get so close that you're already to your back's against the wall and they've gotten what they wanted. They don't do it quickly. They turn that pot up so the frogs don't jump out. They want to boil that. And when the coup happened and the lockdowns happened, they turned up the temperature too much, and all the frogs jumped out of the pot. So
yeah.
Erwin, if you give a woke mouse a cookie.
But no, it's really scary though, because I use the other Discord as like as a test of where things are actually going, and because their point was, just leave me alone. I just want to go back to gaming. And those are the people that just let it slide and let that go in only one direction.
That's how we got where we are, with so many people going, oh, I don't want anything to do with this. I just want to get back to gaming.
Yeah.
Eventually you get to a point that they are now in our space. They are now taking things over in our space. And it's because we didn't push back against them early enough on and stop them from gaining ground in our spaces.
Yeah, but that person that I'm talking about, I think might actually outnumber us, the people that are like super into games. I think that normies are, in the majority. No, they don't want woke games, but they're also not willing to fight back when it comes to protecting them.
Yep.
So
yeah.
Well, it's because those are also the people who like to pretend like it's not an issue. Like those are also people who don't like watch the news because they don't want to actually face reality of what's going on around them, because then they might actually not be super happy about their own lives. Like,
and choosing to fight for the middle, still choosing a side. Like that's the thing. Like this constant, like we just need to meet in the middle. What if the idea is just genuinely bad? Like why would you be like the wisdom of the middle? It makes no sense.
Mm-hmm. So, and some story from Square Enix came out about how they're starting to be afraid to use pronouns in the story now because of the body type A and B. So I shared that article with them, and they didn't say a fucking word to me after that. So because I was like, slippery slope, here it is. Things are actually shifting, and in the worst way possible. Where do we go after that, and after that, and after that? So
Lex says, are you suggesting some people avoid conflict? Yes, but I personally am suggesting that is the problem. People who are afraid of conflict allow themselves to be walked all over, and they get all of their spaces taken over by people who are ultimately their enemies.
And I think Jordan Peterson put it best. It's like, look, if you are not peaceful, if you're not going to fight, you're harmless.
Yeah.
Like if you're not ready to, like, you can be peaceful in times where there's times to be agreeable and to talk with people, but as soon as they start stepping on your toes, you have to fight back, and that's just how it's got to be, and that just keeps everybody like where they need to be. That's how you keep the pendulum from swinging so hard.
Yeah.
Hey.
And a lot of people never believe this, by the way. Like there's a huge amount of cowardly people that went along with it because it's an easy way to jump on like a universe. Like there's always going to be people that look for universal acceptance. It's like, it's just a character flaw. And so when they see that there's this whole ideology that you can make your identity of just agreeing to everything, that's a very intoxicating thing for people who have very low, I don't want to say value, but like they don't have personality. Yeah. They don't have like a dominant opinion on anything. They want to be part of something bigger.
Yeah, it's groupthink. It infects people, and they just go along with whatever the group has accepted as the agreeable opinion. And that's something that I can't, no matter how hard I try, I can't really understand it. But that's because I'm such a contrarian. Like I feel like I'm not doing anything if I'm not arguing with somebody about some position, right? Like I have to take the alternative position and be able to push back because I want the pendulum toward the center. The thing is, we have to fight to push it back in that direction and then fight to keep it there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And in that vein, I have to say something about our guest, Hold My DualShock. I do not like your background because I have the attention span of a peanut, and I've been watching it most. If you look at my eyes right now, I'm looking right at it. I'm looking at Akira and Blade Runner and all that stuff.
There's Tron every once in a while too.
Yeah, was the fireworks in Tron? That's what I was thinking a couple seconds ago.
So to that end, Hold My DualShock. You are being very disrespectful to my attention.
We've actually wondered, is it too distracting? We can
it's
go.
perfect. I love it. It's beautiful.
It's a really cool background.
It is.
It is amazing.
Mo is just half retarded, and he's going to be easily distracted by things. So
like 3-4
disregard.
He's a bug from the movie Up. He's just Squirrel. But we love him.
Dude, he is our retard.
That's right. I just doxed my name on the stream I was on earlier. Yay! For like a few seconds.
Nice.
Oh, good thing hardly anybody was watching.
Yeah,
only 800
nobody
people
there.
Only.
Luckily, I caught it after a few seconds, but oh well. Hi.
Well, you've doxed what the GCA means. You've doxed your own name so many times. Like your loose lips sink all the ships.
Yes, I do. I apologize. For
And
that. I'm
that's
gonna go back.
okay.
I'm gonna go back to watching Hold My DualShock's background. Continue.
First off, thank you, Leon, for the raid. Really appreciate
thank you,
that.
Leon.
And let's see here. Orange Gotten. You guys know that's how you're supposed to say that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is Orange Gotten.
What's good, everybody? A great Monday. Yes, it is. Thank you for the 199.
What up, fella? He's from my hometown, by the way.
Is he?
Nice.
We didn't know each other, but I left like 10 years ago and haven't been back. But we found out by him being a follower of the 199 and everything like that. And then he found our channel and we got to talking. I was like, that's my hometown, dude. Like, we know all the same streets, all the same places, all the same haunts.
Hell yeah.
Wow. Make me feel better about myself, Malty. Share the hometown right now. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
I can tell you my hometown because nobody knows my first and last name.
Well,
Except for
that's where we part
Yes,
ways,
dude.
sir, after tonight. Yeah.
It'll come out sooner or later. I don't care for now. I'm just saving my daughter for as long as I can.
That's how you have to look at this stuff. It's like someday somebody's gonna find it.
Yeah.
Knowing where you're from, there's probably a EAUX in there somewhere that makes up a sound that.
I'm from North Louisiana. It doesn't matter.
I love you, Malty.
Niat, thank you for the
Niat.
5 gifted memberships. Hell yeah. He's going to be on the GCA on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
can't
awesome.
wait.
Leighton Gay. We'll show him how we do it over there. Because he's a pretty inexperienced YouTuber.
Yeah.
So
We're gonna talk about Velocipaster.
That took a turn.
Great movie. Great.
We're actually not, but
We should.
let's give
we
Niat,
might. Though.
let's give Niat a nice clip here. Let's see here. How about this one?
Everybody. Jeff Bezos came, Bill Gates came, Mark Zuckerberg came. Many of them came numerous times. The bankers have all come. Everybody's coming.
Everybody's coming.
Numerous times.
I love that clip.
That's good.
Thank you, Niat. And then Isaac actually gifted this one before, but I knew it was going to turn into a discussion. Duallies, how do you cook your steak?
Okay.
Where I'm from, I've never had a steak cooked more than medium rare, but sometimes not even. Never more.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Even back home, they're called like Kassler chops, is a pork chop. We eat those medium rare. And when I tell people in America, they're like, "What?" It's like you can eat pork medium rare.
Yeah.
Medium rare.
Medium rare? Nice. Yeah. See, Isaac, he thinks that he's the majority.
He's
does.
wrong.
You
He's
gotta
always
see
wrong.
it.
He likes it well done because he's like a
Ew.
friend of blood or something. Yeah.
It's ruined at that point.
That's what the globalists want you to do, my guy. And when you take away the blood, the hemoglobin, that's why people get gay. You know?
That explains a lot about Isaac.
That does explain quite a lot.
But thank you for gifting them the super chat. I'm sorry.
So Isaac is the person that we're showing Equilibrium to on your
Yeah.
on your
That's
stream.
gonna be fun.
So
Oh, Equilibrium.
he
The one
was the
highlight
kid. Yeah. So Isaac was the kid that watched the prequels and sequels of Star Wars over and over and over, probably on VHS or some shit. But he never watched anything else. So we came up with a list of movies. Pretty much. I think he said he's seen like 9 other movies ever.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Grinding out the same 9 movies and eating overcooked steak, man. Like, that's awesome.
I don't understand it.
Oh
and then
my
he
God.
claimed to have watched Die Hard, and it was terrible. And we forced him to watch it again. And he was like, "Oh, it's actually pretty good."
Was he eating burnt steak at the time?
Probably.
I just think he was raised wrong. So he's our little project, and we're trying to fix him.
Yes. He was eating shoe leather, ironically, considering it was Die Hard. So
It's awfully close to bootlicking. Just saying.
Hey, Die Hard with a Vengeance, super underrated. It did not get rated very well by the critics, but I love that movie so much.
That hurts.
So yeah, Isaac is very, very special.
He's gonna like Equilibrium. I think it's a really cool movie.
Oh yeah,
I loved it.
It is. He's also very political, so I think it'll actually work really well.
Then he's really gonna like it.
Yeah.
Kung Fu with freaking pistols. Let's go.
Fahrenheit
Yeah.
451 with more guns. You know.
I haven't seen that in forever.
I know. That's why I
Good
want to
movie.
watch it again too. It's been a long, long time. But here's our next story. So Nintendo Switch and also PlayStation are planning on getting Halo and Flight Simulator. Well, I think Flight Simulator not on the Switch. How would that work? It's got to be just PS5 for that one.
How would you do that?
But
It's not analog sticks.
it's pointing to this console environment that's kind of changing to where I don't know. It kind of sounds like Xbox is just not going to be making their own console for themselves eventually, and are just going to be basically a different Steam.
Well, the Nintendo Switch too is an Xbox.
That is true. That's the joke, right?
It was a
Is that
PlayStation.
if you can install Xbox app onto it, then it's therefore an Xbox.
That is how they're moving away from console development. They are becoming a publisher and an online store, and that's all Xbox wants to be at this point. Because remember, they are owned by Microsoft, the number one computer producer in probably the world. So they don't need to focus on building a console. If they can focus on just getting their stuff out to everybody else, they can still make money. And that's what
They don't like that your Xbox doesn't need a 365, subscription.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm. That's exactly it, Hayden. Yeah, they just want to be a publisher and producer. They don't want to actually go into having like the hardware, all of the malfunctions they've had with the Red Ring of Death, all of the customer service that's involved with that. That's just more overhead, more people that they have to hire when they can just sell the IP or basically put their name on an IP and then get subsidiaries from that.
And not have to deal with the development costs of a new system, which hasn't really improved much in the past 10, 15 years.
Well, it's gotten
that's what we're
thicker,
looking
just
at
like
constantly.
women in America, but that's the other thing.
Amazing. Doesn't it feel
that was
like
beautiful.
somehow both Sony and Xbox lost the console wars? Like it's like it's like who I only play on PC now, and like without there being really any really like good PlayStation exclusives, like what's like my brother bought a PlayStation and he's touched it like 3 times.
Yep.
Like he has a PS5 and it's like
I bought a PS5 whenever Stellar Blade came out because I wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to experience that game. I'm glad that I did, but now I barely touch my PS5 anymore. I've got a fucking computer with a 4090 in it. I'll play whatever I want to on my computer. Like, I just bought. So I had Final Fantasy Remake on PS4. And I just bought it again on Steam. That way I can have it on my computer so that whenever Rebirth comes out on PC here in, 10 days, I can play through both of them again.
yeah. It's crazy. Like I thought some of my friends like I just couldn't play on PC because like some of them will play like Fortnite and they're playing on their PlayStation. Like, because I love the control. I'm like, Chief, I'm playing on a controller. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You just don't know that you can like hook up a DualShock controller or an Xbox controller to your PC.
This is
And
hooked
I'm
up to
like,
my
that's
PC
why-
all the time.
They just think I'm sitting here rocking with my mouse.
That was exactly my point whenever we first ABF, whenever you first started, and I was like, well, I don't PC game. I've been console my entire life. And they're like, you could just hook up a controller to your PC and play the same game. So that's what I do now.
Yeah.
I haven't even gotten my Xbox One or like any of that stuff out of storage. I just do everything on the PC.
That's what I'm saying is, I mean, even during the pandemic, a lot of people, they got upgrade money for their PC from the job that they have. At least the people that were fortunate enough to have that happen to them. One of my buddies, he had a company say you have to spend $1,500 on your setup, and he's like, well, shit, I already have a gaming PC. What do I need to get? So he bought a badass monitor and like $1,000 like Herman Miller chair.
That's dope.
So I mean, the PC is just the thing that already does everything, and a lot of people they don't realize that it actually can save you money in the end because it's modular and the games are so cheap on it if you just wait for a sale.
You can even play these games on a PC. I won't tell you how, but this isn't actually necessary. If you want to play the games, there's ways to do it on a PC.
Is that an Xbox?
It is now. It is now.
But let's ask Nagardal, our resident PlayStation expert in the room. Are you going to be installing the Xbox app on your PlayStation?
I might. I mean, if they want to give me all the Xbox games on my PlayStation, I may as well. I mean, I'm not going to download them on my PC. I just don't really. I play games on my PC once in a while, but if I can play them on my console, then that's what I prefer to do.
You can play them on your smart TV with this apparently because your smart TV is also Xbox. So
true.
That is
I
true.
actually think that's what like PlayStation should do. Like actually just have the next Sony line of TVs have the ability to play video games built into the TV and be like, hey, just
sell them
you
with
get
the
Sony
controller.
Yep,
Yeah.
and you just get it as a bundle. It's like no more separate console, and just hope that keeps people in the ecosystem.
Yeah, I'd rather have a Samsung TV though.
So here's another one that is coming to PlayStation 5: the Gears of War franchise. That's pretty.
Which is an
pretty
Xbox,
crazy.
Xbox exclusive. Just like that's like Halo going to PlayStation.
Which Halo is? It sounds like too.
Yeah, well, definitely.
Yeah.
The whole Master Chief collection. So, yeah, it's crazy. They justify overspending on making those badass games because they overpaid to make them exclusive and to win people over to buy into their environment. So
and
it's
they
just
both
weird.
had their eras that they had the big things, right? Like Halo, and then you look at Sony with like God of War and stuff. But as all of that stuff starts to go over onto PC anyway, they have no reason to continue to try to produce titles, right? Look at what Sony did with Concord. They buy this development company and the game that they've been working on for 10 years, and they have to shutter it after 2 weeks.
Yeah,
it's just not cost effective anymore.
Yeah.
Well, and then having to have a PSN account to play on Steam is like man,
yeah,
stupid. Did y'all ever?
You already have to do that with Xbox games though, right? For like Sea of Thieves or something.
That's my Stadia controller.
Did you ever play anything?
I'm waiting for those 2025 games, Gado.
Wait, someone was asking something. Who was it?
Would you ask?
When Gears of War came out, that was like the thing I was always jealous. I'd go play on my buddy's Xbox as a kid. But did y'all ever play Resistance: Fall of Man?
Yes.
Peter and I loved that game, and they just stopped. They just stopped making them. Like so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're
what.
sitting on these IPs. Like Sony specifically is sitting on so many IPs that they could do so much with, and they just refuse to.
It would make a good movie too. Like
for sure.
Resistance would be a badass film.
Infamous would be an that would have been still been a millionaire, multi-million-dollar franchise if they kept it up. They stopped at 2, which is like one of their best-selling games of that era, and it was the Sony exclusive. And then they just fucking cut it off completely, and no one's ever heard from it again.
Do you guys remember Crackdown?
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
that
game is
fucking
so
super
fun.
cop. Like, why did you not do more after Crackdown 2?
They did, but they kind of they ran out of ideas. They didn't know how to make it different enough than the first ones.
just make the same fucking game again. I'll play it.
I know. Just just different maps, same thing. I would totally buy it too. Yeah.
Everybody fucking would. It was great. But no, they're stupid. They sit on their IPs. They work on developing new consoles. They end up wasting a ton of money because they don't have any games. You know, the famous joke of the PS5 being the console that has no games. Okay, well, it's got like 2. I mean,
I do remember the third one not being nearly as good.
That's what I get for bringing up the fact he put his shirt back on. Ugh.
He did say it was just for you.
That's for you, Mo.
Thank you.
Let's see here. We got a couple super chats. How do I say that? Rio?
Rio.
Super sticker. Oh, I missed. Did anybody see what the super sticker was? I missed it.
It's it's a smiley face with sunglasses.
Nice. And then John Ambler gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, sir. 5 extra. What do we call them? Production assistants is what you guys are now.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. I think so.
Thanks for the help around the set of Rust. Appreciate that.
You shall be missed.
Let's see here. Let's give one of these.
Damn! Amazing.
That's so good.
Oh, that was Nerd Slap spliced 2 super viral clips together to make one for Steph.
Oh
yeah.
The original one is so good though. I have to refrain from asking him to play it every stream because I want to see it every stream. It's so funny.
The original is so good.
The original is so good, but it's too long, but it's so good.
And let's see here.
We
I have the story.
could watch it. Probably could.
I have the story about Marvel Rivals, and Norman Conquest was supposed to be here, and you know, I remembered why he's probably not here. His birthday was what, 3 days ago? 2 days ago?
That's right.
24-hour
stream.
Oh, he's still in the bitch.
That idiot did a 24-hour stream.
Oh wow.
24 hours. He's like, I'm not even tired. This is easy. Whatever. I bet he's sleeping through his alarm right now.
Probably. Yeah, for sure.
But Marvel Rivals is still doing really, really well. And here, you know what? Let me pull up the Steam charts. As far as player base.
Clickety clickety click. Clickety click.
I do have a mechanical keyboard.
Holy. Blues or reds?
They're technically unique. They're laser by Asus.
Oh.
Cool.
Nice.
I hate it because it messes up all the time in double types, like it's doing right now, actually.
Yay. Especially when the pressure's on.
Yeah.
But look at these numbers. This is insane. And they've completely smashed what Overwatch had. But just a classic case of make fun game. Don't put a bunch of messaging in it, and it can do really well.
And put out Sue Storm with a fat banging body.
So that's the other thing too is
when I thought I saw something, didn't Marvel Rivals
and Malice
14th most played game of all time?
Wow.
I think
is that a thing with gamers liking attractive women? I wasn't aware.
Believe it or not,
I was told that it was the opposite.
Trend.
I was told it's the opposite. I was on from good authorities that people want frumpy
and realistic.
Mm-hmm.
It seems that even women prefer like
Yes.
buxom ladies.
Why would I want to play with a fat bitch? Like no, no. See, but really though, let's be honest here. Anyone playing a video game, why would you? Even as a dude, why would you want to play with a fat dude? Or you want to be buff and be able to play the game?
The desire to engage in fantasy, and if you're I want to look like something I could look like in the real world, it's bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
The only game I would enjoy was if you could push these people down a hill So if I could just, if it was called Fat People Push Down a Hill, I would.
Yeah,
buy
like that would be
And I
fun.
would
What was that? Yeah.
And they evolve into Golem from Pokemon.
You guys are describing beautiful Katamari right now.
Oh yeah,
Katamari
Damacy.
Yeah, the only time in character creator that I ever even try to make my character look like myself is I'll give them black hair with bangs. That's literally the only thing is the hairstyle that I try to mimic. But I mean, I've got long hair now, so I don't even do that because it looks faggy in games. Sorry.
No, you were talking about that scooter from GTA called the Faggio, right?
Yeah, the Faggio.
Yeah.
My bad, dude. I misspoke. I have a speech impediment.
Yeah, but how did you get the speech impediment? Did your wrist a
Smoking
little bit?
cigarettes.
Well, the other part of the news with Marvel Rivals is so they've recently patched out modding in the game, and people are still risking their accounts getting permanently banned, and they figured out a way around it, and they can mod again. So check this out. Turn their character into Luffy. But I mean, this is one of those things that kind of keeps the health of a game alive. Is that you can mod, and they're trying.
That's
to
how
get rid
every
of it.
Bethesda game survives.
Mhm.
Bethesda relies on modders, and
to fix
it keeps the game going.
Yeah,
that would be a genius idea for what is it, Shonen Jump, who makes that, like tons of other animes. Like it'd be a perfect type of game to have something like that.
Yeah.
Just announce the Shonen Jump collab and just work together and throw a bunch of Shonen anime characters into Marvel Rivals, and boom, you've got a whole new
Shonen
audience.
Jump game where it's like a bunch of characters from all their different comics and stuff, but it's a fighting game, which makes a lot of sense too. But I don't know. I feel like they could make it work with a Overwatch type game.
Have you guys seen some of the skins people modded into Marvel Rivals before they
Unfortunately.
got rid of it? Yeah. Someone put the just a chill guy in there.
No.
And the minion.
Yeah, I saw the minion. I saw lots of nude mods for Marvel Rivals. Like there were a billion of them, and
Are
those
you
all got
surprised
patched
though?
out. No, I'm not surprised. That's what somebody's gonna do it. They, as soon as I found out that the character models got like leaked and their files were out there, you knew that was coming.
I'm surprised they haven't figured out a way around it yet and like brought them back again.
Oh, it won't take long. Yeah. By this time next month, they'll be back in the game.
Oh yeah,
almost guaranteed. They might be doing better about banning accounts that are doing it, but they will be back in the game.
It's funny though, because I don't see an issue with modding the game if it's just on your side.
But so
Can
yeah,
other
if
people
it's
see it?
just on your side, I think yes. In some
I don't
cases,
know
other people
if they
can see
can.
it. I think in some cases they could.
Okay.
The argument they were trying to make is that the game makes money by you buying skins, so they didn't want you to be able to mod. So that's why they're trying to stop you from doing it.
That makes all kinds of sense.
That's their entire profit margin being dug into, because that's the only way they make money. It's a free to play game.
Yeah.
So that's why they were trying to stop people from doing it. But I thought someone already found a workaround.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They did, but they're risking having their account banned if they find out about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. I stopped playing Marvel Rivals. I see some of my friends starting to pick it up now, but my experience with it was I played as Groot because it was the closest thing to May from Overwatch, and I won 10 times in a row because Rocket would just hop on your shoulder and kill everything for you as you're just acting as a tank. I literally couldn't die. It was just boring to me, so I never picked it back up. I'm way too good at the game.
He's the greatest gamer whose controller gathers dust on the desk.
I've heard that they are like staying up with patches and updates to make sure that like the meta is fixed and a lot more balanced, because I think one of the first things right on release, we were hearing about the Doctor Strange thing where you can just send everyone into a portal and you automatically win the game.
Great. Yeah.
Obviously, that has to be fixed. And with them not even waiting between different seasons to introduce new characters and change that like on the fly, that's a good sign, at least for me. It reminds me a lot of like Smite and even League of Legends kind of stuff.
Well, I was going to say they have so many characters that they probably have to do like these micro adjustments all over the place.
Yeah, constant balancing.
Yeah.
As long as they don't do it like Helldivers, where they nerf the fun guns, like the Breaker. Like that's where they went too far with balancing. They should have left it a little unbalanced.
Well, I'll say that's part of the fun with Doctor Strange is like, okay, if you don't want your entire team to immediately be killed by his portals, don't jump in the fucking portal.
Yeah.
Right? Like the portal that opened up right outside your door, just wait for a second because it'll close. And then Doctor Strange already has like 180-second cooldown or something like that on being able to make more portals.
Well, you'd have to do that during ranked matches, not just normal PvP whenever you're trying to build the game. So,
yeah.
Because ranked matches, people would actually know about that. But like, having it at the rollout is something that's like, it seems like an oversight to me.
So to address Rhino the Hamster's comment, if you're doing it on Steam, you have to spend a little bit of money before you can actually start playing online. Like you can't just make a ton of free burner accounts. You have to spend at least $5, I think, and then you can start playing. So it's not a free. Yeah, they've mitigated that over the last few years. So I've heard.
That's a good thing because that's my biggest problem with free-to-play games is that people want to try out their aimbot software with a free account. They just make a new email address and they're right back at it after they get banned. So
no, I can't speak to Epic Games or anything like that, which they're on that too. I don't think you need to buy anything on there, but I don't know. But I know on Steam you have to, if you make an account, you have to buy something for everything to be kind of available. So you can be put in the lobbies.
Yeah. On Epic, you can just play.
Yeah, that I can believe. But Steam is they've made their money. They're willing to put people through $5 of hell to be able to play. So yeah.
Sure.
So
speaking of Steam, I don't have the article pulled up, but apparently Valve. They make the most amount of money per employee than any other company in the world.
Yep.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. They make something, what was it? Do you remember, Hayden? It was like $17 million per employee per year.
$19 million per employee per year, I believe.
Yeah.
Like,
you mean like the profitability of the company? Not like the
Yeah.
employees are making.
No.
Okay, I was like,
sign me up.
I'm saying the company makes that per employee.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I would like to see Apple's manufacturing numbers.
Well, that's the thing is I don't know if anyone else can.
Foxconn, you mean?
Yeah.
The ones. Do we eliminate the ones in the nets, or do we count them too? I don't know.
Hey, they can. They were still an employee, and they're still living because they were caught by the nets.
Shout out to the Foxconn employees that were doing that before it was cool and nets. So.
The nets are there for their enjoyment. I think.
It's to give you a fun, break while the fire department tries to rescue you from the net after you jumped out the window.
Yeah. Just like motivational posters. It's like it's not how many times you fall down, it's how many times you pick yourself up.
Yeah.
You think
you
that
can always bounce back.
You think that someone like assembling the iPhone has like the poster hanging on the wall of that cat that says like hang in there?
That is truly a cruel place. Yeah.
And by the way, the Steam employees would make around $20 million a year, but Gabe's got to eat, so they only make around $18 million.
Yeah,
per employee.
True.
Gabe's a big boy. He knows how to live life.
What are you guys talking about in the chat?
This is a Twitter post that I made that went absolutely crazy.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Show nips.
I do remember that now. I scrolled past that one really quickly.
I'm pretty sure you liked it before you scrolled past it.
That was just me, contributing to the fire as I ran away.
Oh yeah, that's exactly why we do the cancel ABS stuff. I was like, I'm gonna poke the bear and then just watch it fire burn.
Isaac for $2. Nobody wants to see Maltese nips. Stop that, man. Are you assuming?
They're small though.
Oh.
Why would you say that?
Because they are. I don't have like pepperonis.
It's not about the size.
I don't know if you can pull a injection seat in hyperspace, but I know Hold My DualShock is thinking about it.
Our stuff's just as bad.
Y'all are good.
It would be funny if like the size determined how offensive nudity was.
No, it does.
Like if you if you walked out and your like pants were up, you're like, look, it's not like you saw a lot, you know. It's not that big, you know.
Well, Gavin McGinnis got away with it on FNT, right?
That's actually a legitimate question. Like, if they're inoffensively small, would YouTube or like anything, would anybody actually pay that much attention to it? As far as men go, obviously anything with a woman is going to just like shoot out the wazoo.
Literally what they just said. Gavin's piece was so small it didn't register.
I was actually there live stream. I was at the live stream and I was just like, I'm pretty sure that was a prop.
He claims it was a prop. I think it was too small to be a prop.
Oh, he later admitted to it. He later admitted to it on his own channel that like he didn't think that it was a live stream, and I was just like, that's bullshit. Cope. You knew it. You did it anyway because you thought you were being funny.
And then he tried to say, "Oh, it was a prop. I was using just it was a fake dick." And yeah, that was right after everybody was like, it was so small I couldn't see anything. He was like, "Oh no, it was fake. It wasn't even my dick."
Luckily I was spared it because luckily I was literally taking a piss. I went to the bathroom and I'm like, I came back. I'm like, what happened?
You literally didn't see anything.
Yeah,
and it happened so quickly, and he was cut so quickly that I literally didn't know what was happening. And I was like, that must have been a prop. But apparently, hearing from them the next week, they were just like, that's never going to happen again. Nope, that was real. And then Jeremy started making all these jokes because Jeremy was jealous. And I was like, oh, shit, I guess that was real.
You said he was cut quickly? You think they rushed the job? Oh, you mean like...
Yeah. I was
the quality of the...
I was laughing at that too.
Double meaning.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
No, don't apologize for shit, man.
Well, perfect time to end the show and do outros.
You got that right. Holy shit.
Perfect time to see
talk about video games. How about circumcisions? No thanks. Yeah.
Well, Daggerdoll, do you want to handle the transition of that?
Transition?
Yeah, the transition.
Not really.
Everything you want to shout out, or
No.
anything small you want to show on stream or anything like that?
Yeah.
Whoa!
No.
Stop that.
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube and Kick. I stream games sometimes randomly, and then the GCA this Wednesday.
Nice. That was almost a good outro, Daggerdoll. Almost
6 out of 10.
Yeah, passing grade, barely.
That's like a 4.5, I think.
Let's be
I'm just glad he didn't stand up and whip his dick out and
Or his
call that
feet.
the end of the stream. So
Be
Well,
glad
are
he
we-
didn't show his feet.
Are we giving extra points
washed
for
my
things
feet
that
the
you
other
shouldn't
day.
obviously do?
I mean, I think so, given the topic we were just on. I mean, I think it's appropriate to bump him up a point for not actually doing it.
Sophie, just what Sophie?
Yeah, I
just
know.
said.
She just buried you. She just nuked you from orbit. That's so funny.
It's not my fault that people stick around when I fall asleep. There's other voice channels you can go to.
Oh my goodness.
Because they just like listen to me sleep.
We've all had our time in a barrel. All right. There's a lot of people that have been. Yeah. It's okay.
Well,
Dagger.
if anybody wants to listen to Nagranal sleep in the Discord, join the GCA Discord. It's actually quite soothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll make a
like
special
it.
voice chat just for it.
Baldy, do you have anything you want to shout out?
No, I just make a lot of videos for the GCA. Obviously, every Wednesday night, Late and Gay with the GCA at 8:30 Eastern time. We have a great time, and we've almost always got a cool guest in there. And Hold My DualShock, I actually didn't know about y'all until about a week and a half ago. So it's been great to meet y'all. Y'all seem really freaking cool, and you can hang. So, hey, the invitation is there.
Awesome.
Maybe I was part of us, so like we're not grifting. We're basically grifting off of
And Duallies, thank you so much for showing up. And I didn't know about you guys until you were on Gooch's stream. And I streamed with you for the first time. I was like, damn, these people are pretty cool. And then I went and checked out your channel, and it's really fun over there. And now I inadvertently got myself into a watch party with you guys, and it's really fun. So yeah,
we'll catch
what,
you.
What do you guys have to shout out?
You can avoid us on Fan Rant Thursday nights.
Yeah, it starts at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. It's kind of a shit show.
It's just exactly what it is. Just fans ranting. All opinions are welcome. Just people shooting the shit. You know.
And then on Mondays at 5:30 we do Catch Up Monday, and then we just post videos all the time. See?
And then we go on Bone Bridge right after that. But yeah.
And then tomorrow we're gonna have our watch party at 7 p.m.
7 p.m. What time zone is that again?
Central.
Central. Gotcha. All right. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to watching Equilibrium again. It's been, I think, like over 10 years since I've seen it.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Central Time is the time of the gods. So
no,
good.
It's weird that it's central, but there's like 4 time zones, right?
Yeah, not exactly in the middle, but like kind of. Like,
I'm in one of the weird ones because I live in Arizona, so it's mountain time, but we don't recognize daylight savings.
What up with that?
So I'm technically in Arizona time.
Yeah.
We used to be a real country. I don't know.
And the watch party is going to be on YouTube. So yeah.
Yeah, we're not like going to a theater or anything.
No, someone asked if it was going to be on Discord. Don't be a jackass. Someone asked if it was going to be on Discord or not. Like, I don't know how to do that. So like, it's going to be on YouTube.
Oh, I assumed it was going to be in Discord also, but you're going to have it through YouTube? Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Mo, where do you have the shout out?
Hey. Well, I'm looking forward to doing the stream with Niad on Wednesday. He seems like a very nice guy. Seems like a fun hang. But other than that, I do the Monday Hangover with Drunk 3PO, which is insane. We had up close to around 800 viewers tonight. The fact that he brought me on, I have to thank him immensely for that. But my heart always beat the GCA, so I'm definitely looking forward to Late and Gay. And there may be some things in the work with the GCA. We're trying to expand a little bit. What happened?
Multi left, it seems.
Oh well, fine. I just plugged the GCA and goodbye. But anyways, yeah, no, just the Discord is based. If you would like, we accidentally found the secret sauce to Discord, and I give that mostly to ABF. I bought the land, he built the houses. That's kind of how it worked. But it's been amazing, this whole journey. I love being part of this YouTube community, part of the fellowship, and it was a pleasure meeting our hopefully future American, whether by immigration or by conquering Canadians. So hopefully you become part of this big community over here, this wonderful base community called America. So
hell yeah. Nerd Slap, what do you got going on?
Oh, still working on episode 4 of the Nerd Files. Taking a little longer than expected. I got a lot of projects on my plate right now, but other than that, just streaming over on Kick, playing some games. Think I'm going to try to go live for a little bit tonight. We'll see. But other than that, Trigger Happy on Wednesdays, and this Off the Hip on Mondays. And thank you to the Duallies for coming on. It's great to meet you guys.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
Hayden, what do you have going on?
So on Tuesdays, we have a new political stream. ABF, myself, and Nerd Wars over on Nerd Wars channel. We're finally talking politics. We all kind of came from a political circle, so we do that every Tuesday night, and then Late and Gay with the GCA every Wednesday. And I am working on trying to find time to make videos for my own channel again, but ever since the new year, things have been just crazy, and I haven't been able to get anything churned out. But hopefully I've got something else coming soon.
Nice. And speaking of politics, it just made me remember it. Go check out that Joe Rogan, Mark Zuckerberg podcast.
Started that. That's pretty good.
They start rolling into it right away, and you just get kind of sucked into it. So I recommend checking it out. It's very interesting. They start off talking about how he was basically strong-armed by the Biden administration to censor things, and then they move on to MMA, and they talk about that for like 10 minutes, and they talk about VR for like the rest of the time. So pretty cool.
Talk about Sweet Baby Ray's.
VR is pretty fucking cool.
I don't think the barbecue sauce came up, but that
he's not even trying anymore. He's not even pretending to be human. Just
I think you're right.
Working out.
Yeah, he's like, my eyelids blink the opposite way. So, but everybody go over and check out Moxie's stream after. Let's see here. I had a link somewhere. Does someone do you have the link, Nagardal? For Moxie Dame's stream?
For her stream, I can get it real quick if you want.
Yeah, she has Nadia on tonight. First time she's going to be doing that show with another female. So that's going to be interesting. Usually she's trying to get the guys to open up about the Craigslist ads and stuff like that, and it's kind of hilarious, to be honest. Everybody go raid into her. The stream should auto raid over to her channel also. But everybody, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next week, or we'll see you Wednesday, and then for this show next week.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye. Later.
Who the fuck is Alec Baldwin's finger?
I can't see! I can't see! Of course you can't fucking see! I just shot a blank in your fucking eyes!
Hey, the trunk looks kind of small there, Anton.
This is live! I'm on live TV!
Trunk's fine. As you can see, friend, it's not small. It's a big trunk. I'll show you right here. Well, you got a dead hooker in the trunk.
What? No! It can't be!
Yes, it was. It was a dead hooker.
It wasn't a dead hooker!
Pal, I know a dead hooker when I see one.